my name's Andy Rafael from eTeknix.com, and today we're looking at the XFX Radeon HD 5850 Black Edition 1GB graphics card.
What comes included with this graphics card is an ATI graphics card driver installation CD, quick install guide, installation guide, a door hanger saying do not disturb, I'm gaming. On the back of it, it gives all the relevant serial numbers for the graphics card that you've purchased. You also get this product key for Dirt 2. You get a case badge which says XFX Black Edition on it. You also get a Crossfire bridge, DVI to VGA adapter, and 2 sets of Molex to PCI Express adapters. Taking a look at the top of the card, we can see that it follows the same design as the packaging with this sort of mechanical gaming background to it. And it also states that it's the XFX Radeon HD 5850 Black Edition with the ATI Radeon logo on there, as well as a fan where you'd expect it. It's quite a big card going from the front of the card to the back. The whole card is actually encased in this plastic heatsink cover. Looking at the underside of the card now, we can see that it follows most of the XFX range with a sort of brown, dark coloured PCB. You can see that there's plenty of stickers on here with various different serial numbers, part numbers, just in case there's any RMA issues. Because remember, being a Black Edition card, we do get live RMA support with this. You can also see where all the screws are holding the heatsink and the heatsink cover on from the other side. And we can also see this X-plate bracket, which obviously is holding the GPU on from the other side as well. Now, taking a look at the cooling on the card, we already spoke about this sort of heatsink cover which takes up the whole card. Over here we've got the red fan which we've seen on most of the XFX Radeon range in the 5 series. It's not your traditional fan, it hasn't got fins sort of coming out from the middle of the fan, it's more sort of corrugated round the edge of the fan. We can also see that there's not many ports for ventilation, there's none along the bottom. On the side we have a very small part here where the heat can actually dissipate out of, as well as here by the power adapters. On the top of the card we can see there's a few just here, and of course on the back of the card there's a few ventilation holes as well. Looking at the full specifications of the HD 5850, it has a GPU clock speed of 765 MHz, has a 256-bit memory interface using 1GB of GDDR5 memory operating at a speed of 4500 MHz. It also has DirectX 11 support, Direct Compute 5.0 support, OpenCL, Eyefinity technology, Shader Model 5.0 and OpenGL 3.2 support. The thermal solution on this particular graphics card is what XFX label as a FanSync, and it does require a minimum power supply of 500 watts with at least 2 6-pin PCI Express power adapters. The interface on this card is of course PCI Express using the latest 2.0 technology. Due to this graphics card having quite a big heatsink cover, which we spoke about going from the front to the back of the card, it's actually quite hidden for the Crossfire configuration ports, but they are in the usual expected place, which is just down here. When we looked at what was included in the box, we saw that there were 2 Molex to PCI Express adapters, so straight away this gave us the inkling that this card was going to be quite power hungry. It is, and as you can see, it does require 2 6-pin PCI Express power adapters. As we expect with most of the extreme graphics cards from XFX, they do take up 2 slots in the case, and this one, as we spoke about earlier, does have a few ventilation ports. And looking at the connections that this card has, it's typical that it has 2 DVI ports, a HDMI port and a display port. As with all the 5 series graphics cards from ATI, this Radeon is no exception with the technologies that it has. It uses the latest DirectX 11 technology. This is the latest DirectX technology from Microsoft. This means that the games that we see today are a lot better quality and obviously put the gamer more into the game than ever before. There are more titles coming out this year, but some of the titles that are already out include Battlefield from Electronic Arts and Dirt 2. Remember, this card comes with the product key for Dirt 2. So you can go straight away and start playing one of the latest games, and you really will see the difference in the graphics compared to the older DirectX cards. This also has ATI Stream technology. If you don't know what that is by now, it's basically a technology that will balance the GPU and the CPU, meaning that a user, a gamer, won't actually need such an intensive CPU anymore. The GPU will actually work on taking off some of that load and distributing it between the two. Another technology that this graphics card has is ATI Eyefinity. ATI believe that instead of having one large monitor for gaming, a user should actually have multiple, 2 or 3 smaller monitors. This will immerse the user more into the game, and ATI believe that it will be more beneficial.
Upon trying to find a price for this particular graphics card and also speaking to XFX, we were informed that there's only one store in the whole of the UK that actually stocks this. They've got an exclusive on it, and that is scan.co.uk. They've got it for the price of £277.98. There's not a great deal I can actually say about this graphics card that I haven't already said. The review pretty much speaks for itself. I mean, you look at the cooling on the card, fantastic. You look at the benchmarks, wow. I mean, the benchmarks are absolutely fantastic. Some of the scores that we were getting in 3D Mark Vantage were absolutely phenomenal. It'd be nice to pick this against an Nvidia card in the near future, but at the moment, they haven't really got anything that even compares close to it. The value on the card, I'm actually pretty surprised at. I think it's fantastic bang for buck. Looking at the actual price of this card at 277, I was expecting it to at least be closer to the 350 mark. I mean, it's an exclusive card for exclusive gamers. That's the way that XFX have tried to brand this. That by buying this card, you get put into this exclusive club where you get live RMA, you get that little case badge, and just a whole little array of goodies that comes from buying a Black Edition graphics card from XFX. It's one of the fastest GPUs on the planet. It's hand-picked. What more can I say? There was a lot of thought and a lot of time has gone into producing this Black Edition range of cards. 5850 is one of the fastest single GPU cards on the planet, and XFX have made it clear that everyone knows that. So there's nothing else I can really say about this card, but I've got to give it 5 out of 5 stars.